This is Gene Thorpe from Little Red Rooster TV, and this morning I want to give a shout out to Video Joe Shows. He's a very, very good YouTube channel man. He had a page for many years called Video Joe Knows, and very successful, and he's been giving me tips, and thank you for that, Joe. And what he said is that what I should do is a little, kind of an overview of tuning the guitar for beginners, but I also thought about it a little while, and it's a very interesting process. First of all, if you go back to tuning a guitar, you need to have a point of reference. And so the tone A vibrates at 440 beats a second. And when it does, that vibration creates the A note. When it's vibrating like that, that is a true pitch. So they have things called tuning forks. Tuning forks were used in tuning pianos and various different things that need to be in tune throughout the ages. And what they are, and I'll have an example, is a little thing that vibrates at a particular pitch. So if they wanted it to be the key of G, it would vibrate at a certain frequency, but A, 440. So you would do that, and on the guitar there is an A string. I'm going to get a guitar and show you. Okay, so here we are with a very nice little guitar, and we've tuned the A string to the tuning fork, so it's vibrating at 440 vibrations per second. And now that it's in tune, if you look at the guitar, the way the guitar is structured, on the 5th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have this A. So I'm going to hit that E string, which, the strings are E, A, D, G, B, and E. A guitar has 2 E strings, an octave apart. So we're going to talk about that just because we need to get each one of those in tune. So if I take the E string and hit it on the 5th fret and hit the A string, you can hear a difference. I would need to raise this one up to match the A string, and there it is. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the A string of the 5th fret and match it to the next string, which is a D string, and this one is a little low. Now they're close. Now we're going to do the same thing with the G string. So we're on the D string at the 5th fret, and we're making that one match with the G string. And that one seems a little bit high. And now we're going to go down one to the 4th fret on the G string, because of the way the guitar is made, and I'm going to find out the reason why it's tuned this way, but and I will explain that. But the G string, you go down to the 4th fret and match it with the B string. And then you do the same thing with the B string to the E string. So when you do that, you should be relatively in tune. So now, after people tuned that way for many years, there were companies that came out. I'm going to get a couple of artifacts, a couple of items. I'll be right back. So here I am with some very early electronic guitar tuners. This is a Whitner. And I remember we used to sell these at different music stores. I think when I bought this one, it was at Skip's Music, and this one was made in Korea, and it actually had a serial number. It was important enough to do. And you'd put a 9-volt battery in it, but you'd have to click right through those notes, E, A, D, G, B, E, the notes on the guitar, and it would tune. Years went by, and actually simultaneously they were selling these. This was probably the most popular of the little guitar tuners, the Korg. I really liked these, and what was good with these is once you turned it on, it would automatically know the closest note to what you hit, and it would tell you if you're sharp and flat, and when you were on pitch, it would go into the center, and these were pretty doggone good. And then as time went by, they came to these. I'm going to put this up on the wall so you'll be able to see each one of these. the Boss Chromatic Tuner. It's a very good tuner, and what happens when you use that tuner is it has that same little level where when it's exactly in tune, it lights up green, and the pointer is right at dead center. And what also is good about these is that you don't have something hanging off of your guitar, and when you click it into effect, the sound doesn't come through your amp. So you could be on stage tuning with that, and that's pretty good. Now, with that being said, it's probably going to work really good with a acoustic guitar or an electric guitar, but when you're using that, a lot of times you have to look down, and you do have to be in tune. If you're not in tune, that's a problem. Okay, I'm going to go to a couple of other tuners. The most popular tuner today that I see as far as sales are these snark tuners, and these tuners are very nice and very good. They clip onto the guitar. It's kind of big, and you know, I don't see the vision, let's say, of one of my favorite guitar players, Eddie Van Halen, may he rest in peace, or others, Eric Clapton or Jeff Beck, having one of these things clipped to the top of their guitar while they're rocking out. You know, they seem to be able to tune right in the middle of a song most of the time. And the other thing that I don't care for about these is that they require a battery, and the battery constantly, you know, needs to be changed right at the gig. So I'm going to show you my favorite of the clip-on tuners, and this little guy is a ROM, and this is the AT102 tuner. Now, the only place I ever see these is either on eBay or Amazon. And I'll tell you the reasons why I like them. The way I use these is I'll clip it onto the headstock right there and then put it behind the headpiece, and then you don't have that thing sticking out on your guitar as much. I mean, people who are really noticing detail are going to see it. And the other thing I like about it, it is small, is that when you turn it on and use it, instead of having to put a battery in it, it can be recharged right off of your computer. It comes with a little cord. And so constantly, like I'll have 2 of these at the gig. And when I do, one can always be charging, and so that stops the emergencies. And then to go to the complete full circle, many new guitars, such as this Ibanez right here, have a tuner built right into them. So let's see how close we had it tuned. So when we are looking at it, see the little arrow is down below, and when we tune it up and it is in tune, it will turn green. And there it is. It's just a little bit flat. But anyway, so these guitars have the doggone thing built into them. So that's my story on tuning. So this is Gene. Oh, and by the way, did you know that if you have a cell phone at all, and you could go like on an Android or an iPhone and go to the App Store and find guitar tuners that will go right into your phone. So there's no excuse, boys and girls, for being out of tune. See you later. Gene Thorpe, Little Red Rooster TV, signing out.